Hello everybody. Seems a long time since I last did one. I think it was Christmas, but time goes on. We've been busy with all sorts of stuff that wouldn't interest you, so I'm afraid I haven't got round to it. Anyway, today we're off on a mission. I'm just waiting for Ian and PJ to turn up, and I think Colin might be here as well. We're going to pick up some more tractors. I know I said I wasn't going to buy any more, but these things happen. Anyway, I've got a bit of a plan which I'll reveal later. But this has probably come before I was ready. But I've been saying for a long time I could do with something that's got a cab on it that will be a usable tractor. It's all right having these beautiful classic tractors, but I'm not going to do a road run while I've got those things. You know, it's pouring in the rain and freezing cold. I'm getting older, I need a bit of heat and warmth and windows to look out of. So that's what's on. I went to see something totally different, and there was a tractor there I fancied, and there was actually two tractors there I fancied. And as is my way, I couldn't make up my mind which one was the best buy, so we did a deal on both. And yeah, no, I wouldn't. I've bought them the right price, but I don't want to sell them, so there's no profit in it at the moment. So I'm going to turn out one or two things and recover some money. So that's the plan. Anyway, we've got to go a fair little way. So once we've get on the road, got to get some diesel now, make sure there's diesel in to bring them back. They're going to drive them home. I'll tell you where from when we get there. Okay, see you in a bit. There you go, our boys are just fueled up. PJ hiding. So that's what we've come here for.
Right, Jim. How are you?
So this is a case 1494. Got all the glass in it, all running all right. I think he's had a bit of facelifting anyway at some stage, but he's a tiny tractor. And the other one's a 1390 David Brown. This is a David Brown really. It's got a power loader on it.
Oh, fantastic. What these Frenchers have been,
So there you go.
oh, magic.
So what is it they say about the best laid plans? It didn't go quite according to plan, and for a start, Colin didn't come with us because he'd got an upset stomach, and my brakes weren't that good that I could stop and get him out and everything before the inevitable happened. So no Colin. Anyway, from there we were okay. We got up to where the tractors were, and they'd got them out of the shed for us, and all seemed good. So that was fine. PJ took the white one, and Ian took the red one, and they set off down the road. I followed on because I couldn't pass them really. It was a narrow road, and it wasn't long before PJ... No, I did pass them actually, got in front, and as I got in front and I was going to head for the next lay-by and wait, I had a phone call, and PJ had lost his steering. So I had to turn around in the lay-by and go back, and he'd pulled right into the side of the road. And what it was, it's the return pipe on the hydrostatic steering that had burst because it lost all the oil, and without that you can't steer it. So it took him, if I say into the hedge, it parked it very tightly by the side of the hedge, which was good. So it was safe, but it wasn't the best position because two cars couldn't pass both ways. You've got to stop. So he was on traffic control, and we tried to fix it, but the split in the pipe was too long, and in the end I said, look, let's just forget this, carry on with the red tractor. PJ and I went back home, or came back home, and picked up my Ife Williams trailer, and we went back and picked the tractor up. Or the plan was, I knew it wasn't going to be easy to load it because it was veering off to the left all the time, and it was in the hedge on the left. So I got as tight into the hedge as I could with the trailer, and PJ tried to drive it on, and we thought by just touching the right-hand brake it would keep him straight. But the trouble is with that trailer, it's got steel on the sides, no grip at all, so it wouldn't do it. So we got it on, and we got it down level, and I said, right, let's just chuck a strap on it. We'll go back down to the next lay-by, we'll reverse it off and start again. I can move the trailer over, get in the right position to load it. Well, I got down to the next lay-by, and it seemed all right. There was more than half the tyre on the trailer, and it filled the trailer anyway, so I got a choice. I could leave it in the lay-by and get somebody to go up there with a lorry, but or I could just drive on. And so we strapped it down tightly as it was, and it was safe enough. I wouldn't want to be Metafosa man, I've got to say, but that car and trailer is exceptionally good at towing heavy weights. And I've done it inadvertently before, so I wasn't too worried about it. So we took it home, and it was trouble-free. We got it back here, couldn't find a bit of pipe on the day, but we did get a piece on Monday, and Ian mended the pipe, and the tractor is now good to go. So it took a long time to do what should have been a very short job. But good news is Ian was delighted with the case, the red one. He said that was a really good tractor, it drove. And once we'd got the power steering done on the other one, that's got a loader on it, and PJ's been using that to put big bales out, and he says it's a good tractor. So, you know, both tractors are good, got the lights, and the case has got a full set of lights all round, apart from one bulb gone, and the David Brown, it's got all the forward facing lights but nothing at the back, so we'll have to sort that out, but that's nothing. So yes, that's where we got to with that. So I was going to do like a series of things we'd done, but time's gone on, so we'll have a quick look at the standard Fordson, the next move on that. So here we go. So the standard Fordson, all good, working order now. Not quite fast enough for a road run, but I wouldn't mind doing it. You know, it's quite a nippy thing. Now we've sorted the starting out, it's good. So I'll show you a bit of that when we got it started, put the starter on the first time, and that's where we are with that one. So sort of finished for the time being. There's not a lot more to do to it. Tidy the wiring up a bit more, and I don't think that's going to be painted. Keep spray on it, but there we go. So that's the standard Fordson. So the standard Fordson. Sorry about the wind noise on that. If you couldn't understand what I was saying, it doesn't really matter because I didn't say very much. We have fitted a key start on it now. It's good to go now. It's still not charging, but I'm not worried about that. It's not going to use any power. If we charge the battery up, it'll last a fortnight. I wouldn't use any power really, so I'm happy enough with that. It's got the key start where it should be. It's got a stop on it. We've got the throttle working better, so I'm sort of happy to leave that where it is. I've put it in a shed now up the back. If I've got time or the light, I might go and take a little film of it starting, but trust me, it does go all right. So that's a job ticked off. When the weather's a bit finer, I will bring it out again, and I'll get a few opinions, because there's some stuff that's never been painted on it. I put new foot plates on. It's not been painted. We've patched the mud guards. They've done a good job to it, but they've not been painted, and I just feel we ought to put something on that. It's a bit ignorant to leave it. So when I get it out, I'll have some opinions off you, please. So that's that mission. Let's look at the next one. More in the shed. We'll get those out and give those a run, or we can get at them. So that's the plan for that one. Quite a bit of wind blowing at the moment, so I don't know if you're going to hear this, but if not, I'll do a speak over on it. So anyway, there's the 780, cracking old tractor. Probably haven't started that in 2 years, and it wouldn't start. So we gave it a tow, and we got the diesel up. Everything's there, but it's just not firing. We've even got diesel coming out of the exhaust, so I've got a feeling it's injectors. I don't think the injectors are doing the squirt they're supposed to do. So after Christmas, that's one of the things I will be doing. We ran out of time the other day. It wasn't very pleasant weather, and so it just got abandoned there. So it needs some work doing on it, but mechanically it's a cracking little tractor. It's that's like the equivalent to a Ford 2000, I guess, and a massive 130. That was what it was set up against, and it's way ahead of the 130 Fergie, and I'm not sure about the 2000. I suspect it would give that a run for its money. Anyway, so that's the David Brown. There's more in. Right, well, the 780. Good news on that, really. We've got that in the workshop now, and we've sorted it out. The pump was seized up on the rack. That's what it was. So we took that off and cleaned it out and tidied it up, and went through the filters. How it ever got any diesel in there, I don't know, but it did. I did make a comment about it being a better tractor than a Massey 130, but it's actually the same engine as my little 885, and that 885, I can pull a 3/4 player with that quite comfortably. It's a very underrated tractor. So that one, which I've not really used in anger, I've started it and run it around the yard, but it's a small tractor. But I can imagine in its day, that would be quite a tool for a small farm. So that's it's still in the workshop now for the simple reason we've got the bonnet off, and I just want the front of it's been crunched in. I don't think we can get it back. We're going to have to buy some new panels, but for the sake of half an hour with a block of wood and it won't be a toffee hammer, sledgehammer probably, just to beat it back into shape and see what we can do. I can get the piece fairly sensible money, really. It's I don't know, 120 quid, something like that, the nose cone piece, but creates more problems. If I can just bash it straight, that's probably all I need, but I do want it to be a reasonable job. So that's a job that we'll get to before we go too far. And the next one I'm going to tell you about, well, that's resolved now, but my God, let me tell you about it. So my trusty Range Rover has finally let me down, or perhaps it didn't let me down. I made the mistake of washing my keys, and when you put your keys in the washing machine on a keyless ignition car, it's quite likely to open all the windows and the sunroof, which it did. But I couldn't get out of the washing machine for 40 minutes. Meanwhile, it was pouring down the rain outside, and I managed to sheet down the front seats and everything, but it doesn't like it. And every warning light on it came on when I finally got it turned on. Took me 3 days to get a key, cost me £450, and now we've got everything running, and it seems to be fine, but the alternator isn't working, so I've got to get a new alternator, so God knows how much that'll be. So at the moment I'm got my brother's his Range Rover down here and using that. it's a good car, but it's not that one. But you know, beggars can't be choosers. So I'm grateful to be able to use it, and but I can see that's a TD6. This is a TD V8. My God, there's a big difference. That's the blue one is what I. Oh, that's a black one, but I had a blue one like that. That was what I went from to this one. Didn't appreciate the difference. I've had that one 10 years now, so it's been a good servant. Right, that's a bit of the bad news. So that was the key. It took. You can't just go and get one off the shelf for that. They're expensive, and the guy that did it, he was absolutely brilliant. And you know, if you ever get a key gone, I've got the man for you. Anyway, he came up with a key and he got that going. And while we were doing it, the Mercedes van, my big Mercedes van, that got a key missing, so I got a new key for that. The Toyota I brought back from London when all these problems started, got a key for that. And although he hasn't got it yet, I will get another key for the Range Rover. So, you know, you can't beat having that key. So we got the Range Rover running and started, and on came an engine management light, and it was showing it wasn't charging. And then we couldn't get an alternator. So I was still stuck with it, this Range Rover, until after Christmas. It wasn't a main Land Rover agent, but it was a Land Rover specialist that does my work. He wasn't interested in doing the fan belt in the first place. That's not fair. He hadn't got time to do the fan belt in the first place, and he certainly wasn't really interested in doing the alternator, because that's just as bad to get at. So I used a local garage, and I may have told you this, but if I have, I'm going to repeat it. Whereas the solution to change a fan belt or an alternator, that you've got to take virtually lift the body off to get at it. They got a bit of practical farmer's mind in them, and gave me a call and said, can we cut the fan shroud? If we can cut the fan shroud, we can cut this job down to about 3 hours. So, you know, at the rate they charge, I thought, yeah, that sounds good to me, because we were looking at day and a half. So that's what they did. They cut the fan shroud, cut a piece out of it, were able to get down inside, change the fan belts, eventually put the alternator on, and then put the fan shroud back into place, couple of pop rivets, job done. So I've been using the silver Range Rover for a few weeks now, and it's fine. So I'm going up country this coming week, pick up a few things and deliver a few things. So that'll be the long distance test, but it all seems okay. So fingers crossed. I'm going to just see how long this is. I don't want to put it too long a film. I've got several things to talk about, so I think I might just stop this one now. So this will be the end of one. I'll put this one up this weekend, and then we've got various things going on, but there's at last as advance on the road list. Yeah, I've got the plates for the sides now and the engine mounting, so the axle mounting, so all I've got to do is put them together. I'm going to do the four-wheel drive one first, and if that works out okay, I'll set up a two-wheel drive one and see what that looks like. So I'm not going to promise I'll have it done next week, because I'm away most of this next week, and I've got lots of things to do anyway, so you never know. I might do something tomorrow, but I've got other things I need to get done anyway. So okay, so that's it for now. Sorry it's been so long. Hopefully I'll get some more up a bit sooner than this, and see how we get on. So that's mostly me, not many pictures to look at, I'm afraid, but well, it's not really any competition, is there? Anyway, see you next time. Cheers, bye.